Welcome back to Sunrise Daily. Well, let's take this report so that we'll set the scene and get some understanding, and then we'll delve into our focus for the segment. Let's take a look.
For centuries, the Ijaws and Itshekiris from the Niger Delta region have lived peacefully with each other, both on land and sea. However, the discovery of crude oil in the region in the 1960s opened an era of rivalry between both ethnic groups, with both parties laying claim to ownership of pieces of land, including this one. In the past, clashes over this land have also led to loss of lives and property. There currently exists relative peace owing to the intervention of government and other stakeholders. But there is a fresh source of worry. A warning is coming from a group of youths from Itsekiti communities spread in over 12 local government areas and 3 states in the Niger Delta region. They have released a statement called the Deghele Declaration. Part of the declaration reads that all resources within the stretch of land and water in the Itsekiti ethnic nation belongs to the Itsekiti people as provided by God for their perpetual survival. We hereby notify all our communities that are hosts to these oil companies to be on red alert and be ready to defend our territories against the aggressors. By this declaration, we put the federal government of Nigeria on notice on all illegal occupants of our territories. This has awakened Ijaw leaders of Baramatu Kingdom to the threats issued by the Itshekiris to attack Ijaw communities.
We live in the place. We stay in the place, we have always stayed in the place. And then you say you are going to take possession of those places. It means that for you to take possession, you would have to drive away the people that are already there. That is what it means. It is beating the drum of war.
As at the time of this report, all attempts to reach the Itsekiti leaders on the statement released by the youths was abortive. The Delta State Police Command says it is aware of the threats and disagreements between the groups.
At the level of the Security Council, we will address that matter, we'll revisit the matter and see how we can, find, a solution to that problem.
Meanwhile, at a meeting with traditional rulers in the South-South region, Governor Ifeanyi Okowa reiterates the importance of sustainable peace in the region.
It's something that impacts very negatively on the finances of the South-South region, and we must find ways to continue to ensure that we have the cooperation and partnership of our people to ensure that we remain peaceful and that we are able through dialogue to settle issues that impact on the communities in the oil producing areas.
Going forward, observers agree that dialogue still remains the way forward for both ethnic groups, whom they say must come together and sustain the peace that currently exists.
Now that is our focus for this segment, and we also like to say that we had invited extended invitation to Chief Michael Jenny, former chairman Egbema Baramatu Community Development Foundation, but as we speak he's yet to honor that invitation. But now we do have Comrade Agbateyiniro Waimi, who is the president of Itsekiti National Youth Council. Thank you for coming on this morning.
You're welcome.
Could you tell us why, as was said in that report by the Itsekiti chiefs, are you beating the drums of war?
Well, it sounds very funny to us that at the release of, though it's not been formally released, the Deghele Declaration has not been formally released. It's going to be formally released on the 27th of August this year.
You still plan to release it?
Yes, definitely it's going to be released. It's going to be released.
Why?
Because we feel, if you go through the content of that Deghele Declaration, it's the totality of all that we have gone through as an ethnic nationality in Nigeria, and how we intend to want to address them.
What have you gone through?
It will shock you to hear from me that the Itsekiti ethnic nationality produce over 35% of oil, crude oil and gas, upon which the economy of this country is sustained. By the sustainability of the economy of this country, I mean the salary of all categories of civil servants in this country. I also mean the payment of the salaries and wages of all elected political office holder and appointed political office holder, including the several foreign missions of this country.
Where did you get your statistics from?
I know I got it from the DPRO. Now, because sometimes in this country, when people talk about minority, they seem to want to forget the fact that we have different classes of minority. Although the Shekiri ethnic nationality is a minority ethnic nationality, but the role, the contribution of the Shekiri ethnic nationality to the Nigerian treasury as of today makes us a special minority tribe in this country. And that is why, while we are distributing any responsible government, while distributing the developmental programs of this country, while organizing the developmental agendas of this country, must, as a matter of priority, put the interests of such ethnic nationality into consideration.
Then why don't you face the government instead of facing the Ijaw people?
Nobody is facing the Ijaw people. It is. I am surprised that I wouldn't make some. Before the Deghele declaration, we did a State of the Nation briefing where we highlighted all that we have gone through in this country, which includes the ones I have just said earlier, which also includes the fact that we have a seaport in Warri Port, MPA and Ikoko. As we are sitting down here today, those ports are not functional as compared to the ones you have in other places in this Nigeria. It is not because that the maritime environment in those environments are not convenient for those seaports to be functional. You can imagine the numbers of employments that will be made available to our youth if those seaports are made functional.
Those seaports that you're talking about, we have information that the reason why is because of hostilities in the region.
It is not. It is not. The reason sometimes they easily come to allege that it is because each time they don't want to bring developmental programs to Niger Delta, they always come to say it's hostility. Is it the people kidnapping Evans? Is Evans from Niger Delta?
No, this is not a matter of Evans. This is the matter of
the environment. I can assure you, I am from there. I can assure you 100% that the security of our area, the Warri Kingdom, is intact. It's convenient for all forms of business. Now, after we release the part of what we said in the State of the Nation briefing is that in the course of nation building, you must give all components of the country's sense of belonging. As it stands today, it will shock you to hear that whereas we have Ishekiris like Chief Donuma, who was one of those who signed on behalf of the Ishekiris during the period of the amalgamation of 1914. It was Chief Donuma who came to sign on behalf of the Ishekiris for the Ishekiris to be accommodated into the amalgamation. Up to today, nobody has mentioned Chief Donuma anywhere. Okay. We also have Nana Ofolomu. We also have a living legend, as I'm talking to you now, Chief Rita Ogbebolleri. What of Festus Okotebo, the first finance minister of this country? Where in this country, if you crisscross the length and breadth of this country, none of these persons have been recognized in terms of national awards. Again, I'm coming, please. Let me learn so that you can get the pictorial analysis of where we are coming from. Now, again, when we had the ill-fated Warri crisis, nobody talked about internally displaced persons. Of course, you know that the primary reason for which we surrender our sovereignty as an ethnic nationality during the period of amalgamation to the Nigerian state was for the government of Nigeria to ensure the protection of our lives and property. But we were shocked that all through the Warri crisis, the government of the day was nowhere to be found. All through the Warri crisis, until it was when we discovered that the government wasn't coming. That is why our youth...
Which government, state or federal?
Both state and federal. That is why we rose up to the occasion, to the amazement of everybody, and we defended ourselves and protected our territory. Okay. Having protected our territory...
You protected your territory from who?
from the Jaws. We protected our territory from the Jaws.
Did they attack you?
Yes, they did.
How?
You were in this country, you would have heard that they went almost all our villages, went around all our villages. Initially, we thought we were neighbors, we thought we were friends, we thought we were brothers, we thought we were living together. Only for suddenly for them to wake up on the theory of the relocation of the creation of local government, the headquarters of Warri Southwest local government that was located in the Gazette as we stand today. If you open the first schedule, part 1 of the Constitution, the headquarters of Warri Southwest local government is Ogidigben. But as we are talking here now, it has been arbitrarily, illegally relocated to Ogbujo. And you want us to follow our house?
This list of, you say, injustice that you suffered, how is this declaration going to solve all of this?
Yes, the declaration is a mission statement to announce to the world that, yes, as an ethnic nation, we have endured all of this to a point where we can no longer endure them.